Hello everybody, I'm Thomas and welcome to the 5th video of this series in which I will be playing through the Hadrian's Wall solo campaign. Today I will be reattempting fort number 2, Pons Aelius. In the description it reads, Pons Aelius was sited here to guard the river crossing. The bridge is the only one known to be named after an emperor outside of Rome. For the fort rules, there are no fort rules. For the fort goals, I must build a large road and score 70 plus VP. That's what always gets me. And then the optional challenge is to have no disdain at the end. And if I do, I get 2 extra resources. So that'll be nice if I can actually beat this fort. Let's see how it goes. So year number 1 for some shuffle the neutral cards a little bit and just place 2 of them over here for their item and do it like that for their formation. And then have a fate card to see my resources. Not bad, not bad. Put that off to the side. And then I will shuffle my cards and get to draw 2 of them. Let's see, I got engineer for large buildings or forager for resource production. Large buildings, I tend to get some resource production. I try to get a lot of because it's pretty handy. So I'm gonna go for resource production. And with engineer, that gets me an extra builder and an extra resource, which is always nice to have. This gets set over here for the item, or I think I could just use the formation. This one I can't buy my own item. And then I get a extra resource because of my resource production. We're on our way into year number 1. So first things first, I'm gonna send this soldier out onto the wall guard. Start filling in the cohort, and I guess I'll just start on the left side. Builders can start building out the fort a bit, so I'll at least fill in the first 2 spaces. Do that and that. I can start filling in the wall a bit, so I'll spend a resource to do that, and in doing so, that gives me a civilian. Boom. I'm gonna go ahead and spend 2 servants to do some mining and foresting up here. And that'll get me some more resource production along with a resource. I think I got a plan. We'll see how this goes. I got at least half a plan. So first I'm gonna fill in the wall. I spent 2 resources. I can only spend 1. Yeah, my plan's already falling apart because I messed up, but that's fine. I can still keep that. Oh no, now my plan really falls apart. Oh no. No, I think this is okay because I can spend a civilian down here to get a builder, and then I'll go ahead and just build out the fort to here, which is what I originally wanted to do. Then I can spend a resource on the wall. I can get that other spot, which I was trying to get that extra civilian. At this point, I want to build the small hotel, because now that I'm level 2 on infrastructure, I can spend a servant, a builder, and a resource down here to build the small hotel. And that'll also give me a civilian this round, which is much appreciated. Okay, this is gonna be nice. So spend that down on this track, and that will get me a resource. Then I'll spend the civilian on the performers track here, and that'll get me a builder. Then spend the builder on this fort. Just double checking I can do that. And that gets me a civilian back, which is an added bonus, because then I got this link unlocked now. Yeah, that cohort is what I'm going for, that link between there, which I can now do. So I will spend a resource, to fill that in, get some renown, and also I can fill in another cohort. I will go for this center one. All right, I have 2 civilians left. Not a crazy amount of options. All right, I'm gonna spend these last 2 civilians to go down this track too, which will get me a soldier, which I'll go ahead and immediately spend on the wall guard, and that'll get me a bit of discipline. which is nice because currently I had none. And that's it for the first year. One picked attacking. I have 1 and 1, so just hopefully they aren't attacking from the right. It's center. Hey, that's a Valor, and this game is already off to a decent start. I don't want to jinx myself too much, but you know, survived the first year attack. That's always a good sign. So I'll get some more neutral cards over here. Get rid of this card. Oh, I gotta do my fate card next to see what resources I get. All right, I like that. And then now I draw my card from, or sorry, my 2 cards from over here to see what I get. Architect for constructed landmarks, or Trainer for gladiator strength. I was earlier rereading the rules for gladiator because I don't normally do it. I still don't think I really want to go for it. I mean, I've done it before, but it's not my favorite. And it doesn't seem all that worth it. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's why I keep losing. But yeah, I'm going to go for constructed landmarks. At least for my path quest up top. Gladiator strength, the trainer over here, that gives me an extra servant and resource for this round. Then my board, I get 2 extra resources along with an extra civilian because of my hotel. We're on to year 2. See, one thing I wouldn't mind doing, which I'm not even at the moment close to being able to do, is trying to build a small precinct. Because that would require me to get an extra 2 civilians somehow, which it looks like I can basically do down here. So I think like that's kind of what I'm gonna do first, is spend. But yeah, I'll spend both builders. I'm hesitant to do that, but I'll probably, if I need builders, I can find another way. And I'll fill that in and that in. That'll get me an extra civilian. Then I can spend all 3 of these on the trader's track. Oh yeah, I'll get a builder from the trader's track. I'm an idiot. I'll get a servant, nothing, and then a builder, which is handy. And then I need another servant, or sorry, another civilian. So I'll spend a resource on the wall, and that will get me a civilian. Now I can spend that civilian and a servant on the small precinct. So that'll get me a bit of piety. Oops, it'll get me another resource production along with another resource. Awesome, glad I was able to do that. Because I want to get more resource production because I was like looking at building like the small workshop. Because that's super nice to have more builders, is definitely nice. And if I could build that this year, that'd be real nice. Yeah, at this point, I mean, I'll send the 1 soldier I have out onto the wall guard, especially because like the next space is a cohort I can fill in. And my right is now, at least has 1 spot. That's something. This is such a struggle because like I don't have a lot of resources, and it sucks that the Sippy, it takes a lot of resources to kind of be useful. So like if I want to build the small workshop, okay, that takes those 3 resources. I only have 2 left. I could put them both in the wall, and if I use a builder on the wall, I could get another garrison, which would be nice. But then like my Sippy is still not even started yet. And at some point I'm gonna have to sink resources into it. But once I started doing that, like it pays off pretty well. But I can't even use it yet. But I mean, this builder is probably going to go on that fort. I'm just double checking if there's anything else I want to do with them. But then I also have these 3 servants, which I'm not too sure what I want to do with them either, because I can send 2 out there. I'll have 1 left over. One thought popped in my head is like I could build a medium granary. I have the builders, servants, and resources for it. I have the infrastructure level. I think I want to do more this turn and maybe worry about the medium granary next turn. So I think first I'm gonna build that workshop. I was setting aside the resources, like let's just go ahead and do it. Because that'll get me another builder to work with, which I'll just go ahead and immediately spend on the fort. And that'll get me a bit of discipline. Whoops. And then, yeah, I'll go ahead and spend these 2 resources on the wall. And I will fill in the left cohort. Sure. What I need is, I just need more resources. That's what it comes down to. I always feel like that's what I need, is resources. That's why I like to focus the trader's track, so I can get like the precincts built. And I can put like 2 servants out there. I can make them wall guard, and I just have to waste a servant. I mean, the other option is like I could turn 2 of these into a civilian with form, and then do some civilian track. I could do. There's really not much that would give me anything besides priest, and that would just give me a servant back. So like that's useless. But those were kind of my options I was considering. I think the best choice is I'm gonna send this builder out onto the wall guard. What year? It's year 2. So I'll do that and fill in that space. Then I will send those 2 servants out to do some mining and foresting. And unfortunately, just have to waste that last servant. That is the end of year 2. 2 picks attacking. I got 2, 1, and 1. So I don't know. I survived last round. Maybe these picks are gonna finally catch up to me. We'll see. Right? Okay, just don't be right again. Left. This might be the game. This might be it. I might win this because so far, so good. I get 2 Valor, which gets me a soldier. Hell yeah. That's awesome. I will get rid of these cards, get some new neutral cards. Oops, place that there and that there. See a new fate card to see what resources I get. Of course, I'm complaining about lack of resources, and I get the fate card that has no resources on it. Go figure. But whatever. I'll just draw my 2 cards. Vanguard for completed wall section, or Fighter for completed cohorts. I tend to find the wall section, the wall guard section, my bad, not wall. Wall guard is a bit tougher, or completed cohorts. I had to essentially complete the wall guard to complete the cohorts. Yeah, wall guard is easier. So this only gets me a soldier, but that's fine. And then this goes over here. That gets discarded. And then I get 3 resources from my board, so at least that's some resources to work with. And then I get a civilian from the hotel, a builder from my workshop, and yeah, that's it. On to year 3. So first, I think I'm gonna go ahead and spend those 2 soldiers on the wall guard. The first will get me some discipline, which gets me a builder. And then the second lets me fill in a cohort. I will go ahead and go with the center, which is nice. At this point, I need to build the medium granary, so let's go ahead and do that. Medium granary built. So I'll spend 1 builder and build out the fort a bit more now that I can, and that will get me a civilian, which I just threw. I'll just grab a different one. There we go. I will send a servant out to do some mining and foresting, and that will get me a resource production along with a resource. Cool. Got a lot of options. What I'm considering is probably building the courthouse, because I want to do that soon, if not maybe next year. So if I don't do that this year, I maybe want to just go ham on the trader's track and try to get another like precinct built, maybe build a small road. That would maybe be more beneficial if I could do the small road before the courthouse. It's just the courthouse, it's like I want to build it so I can at least get 3 years value out of it. So if I build it year 4, then I can use it 4, 5, and 6. So like that'll be all right. I just got to also make sure to keep going down this track, which brings up I should probably be going down the priest track a bit more, because A, my piety is always like my lowest, I think it's the attributes, I think that's what they're called over here. It's always my lowest one. And B, at least with the priests, the temples, I could take a leave, but the gardens are great. So if I have the level on the priest track, I would love to build the gardens. And you know, the resources, and I don't have like another billion things going on, but that's kind of a plan-ish. Yeah, I'm gonna do something. We'll see if this is a good idea. So first I'll send a soldier and actually put him on the fort. And then I will spend a builder also on the fort. and that'll get me a civilian. And then I'm gonna go ahead and spend all 4 civilians on the priest track, which will get me 2 servants and some piety. At this point, I have options. I could build the small road. I am at the infrastructure level I need to be, and I have all the resources. The thing I was actually gonna do was probably build the small gardens. I think I still will. I'll go ahead and I'll just build the small garden. So I'll spend a builder, a servant, and a resource. I'm level 4 in the priest, so I can build the small garden. That'll get me some piety, which gets me a servant back. I will go up the trader's track, which doesn't get me anything. Performer's track doesn't get me anything. And then priest track, which gets me another servant. I think I'll do something slightly different. I will use this servant and this soldier I'll use form here. I'll hold a form, I guess that's what I'm doing, to get a builder. And then I will take the 2 servants, the builder, and where'd it go? I just need 1 resource, that's right, for the small road. I can fill that in, and I can either get some piety or discipline. I'll go with piety. And then I have a resource left, which I'll just start building out my sippy. And then servant, I can just send out to do some mining and foresting. Cool. That is the end of year 3. 4 picks are going to be attacking. Year 3, I feel like, is never a fun year for pick attacks, but we'll see. Because right now I have 2, 2, and 1. I'm not feeling confident. We'll see. Maybe they'll be kind. Left. Okay, that's a good one to hit. Left. Not twice in a row. Not 3 times in a row. And then they hit the center. So 1 got through. It was still semi-successful. So I'll still get 1 Valor. And then take 1 Disdain. Not the worst. I mean, I survived years 1 and 2, which I find tend to be some of the harder years. I feel like as the game goes on, it gets a little bit easier. I don't know. Maybe not. I guess it's just really the luck of the draw. But I will grab 2 new neutral cards and see what kind of resources we're getting. All right, and I'm actually getting some resources from that fate card, which is always nice. I then will draw 2 off of here. So we got merchant for completed goods or aristocrat for final disdain. It's not even really a question. Of course, I'm going to take that final disdain. That is my optional challenge, and it's nice to have not a lot of disdain. So for this, I get an additional citizen, and sorry, that's a civilian, not a citizen, and extra resource. Put that down there, and then my board over here, I get 4 resources. And then I get a civilian from the hotel, a builder from my workshop, and then my small road lets me fill in any track 1 point. I think I almost want to get more Valor because more soldiers would be nice. One of my quest path cards up here is for wall guard sections, and the wall guard is one of the best ways, I think, to get cohorts. I mean, there's lots of them, lots of different ways, but that's a good one. So I'll go get some Valor. Sure. And yeah, that's it. We are on to year 4. Well, now that I've taken Disdain, unfortunately, I do have to, at some point, think about building the baths. I'll probably save that for next year, because I think this year I would like to build the courthouse. So I'm going to go ahead and spend a civilian to go up this track 1 more and get some discipline. And whoops, and then that will put me at level 4 on that track, so I can spend, 2 resources, 2 servants, and a builder to build the courthouse. And that'll get me a bit of renown, which is always nice to have. Got lots of resources this round, which is also just Very nice. Because, yeah, I need to fill in the sippy some. I'm going to have a lot of stuff here to fill in for the wall. Yeah. Yeah, so now that the courthouse is built, I'll use it. And because it is year 4, I'll write that in. And I will get a servant. Okay, so I'm going to spend 2 resources over here on the wall. First one will get me some renown, which gets me a civilian. And then the second one just straight up gets me another civilian, which is nice because I have to spend 2. I don't have to, but I'm going to on the trader's track. And that'll get me a resource back, which is nice. And then now that I'm level 6, I can build the medium precinct. So I will spend 2 civilians, a servant, and what is it? Oh, that's it. Just 2 civilians and a servant. And I get some discipline. I get another resource production along with another resource. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna then spend this builder to build out the fort a bit more. I will spend 2 resources on the wall to fill in that spot and this spot, which I can get some renown and another cohort to fill in, which I'll just go ahead and fill in the right. So now I have 2 at each. Then I will go ahead and spend 2 on my sippy to fill in that, and I can fill in another cohort. I'll go with the center. And that gets me some discipline, which gets me a builder. Where does that go? Right there. So then I'm gonna spend these 2 soldiers out here on the wall guard, and that'll get me a bit of discipline. Then I will spend this resource on my sippy to get a civilian. I will spend, this is gonna be pretty nice, I can spend that builder on the fort to get another civilian. And then at this point I can spend both of these on this bottom track here to go up 2. I can get a soldier because of that, and I will go ahead and send them out on the wall guard to fill in 1 more cohort. Left or right? Let's go right. And wait, I get discipline from that? Okay. And that's it. That's the end of year 4. 6 picks are going to be attacking. So I have 2, 3, and 3. With 6 attacking, I actually feel not bad. We'll see. We got right. Center. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Okay, no more can hit right. Center and 1 left. Center. Those are both the 3 ones I had 3 in. Yeah, remember just like a minute ago when I was like, should I do right or left? If I didn't do right, I would have gotten hit, but I survived unscathed. And because of that, I get 3 Valor. And that gets me a soldier. Sweet. Those go away. Some new neutral cards over there. And we'll see what the fake card gives me. Not bad. Lots of builders. And then I will get rid of that. Draw 2 cards from over here. Got Defender for completed wall sections, or Pontiff for filled temples. Wall section I seem to be doing pretty good on. Temples I haven't really been focusing, so I'll definitely do the wall section. And Pontiff gives me 2 extra servants. Then my board, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resources. And then I also get a civilian because of my hotel, a builder because of my workshop, and then my small road, I can go up 1 track. This is nice. If I go up Valor or Discipline, I'll either get a builder or a soldier. I think I might need a builder a little bit more, so I'm gonna get, well, yeah. It's a decision. Yeah, I'll take a builder. Yeah, take some discipline and grab another builder going into this round. So what is that? What I got, like 5 builders? That's sweet. Yeah, I need to build the baths at some point if I want to get rid of that disdain. So I think I'll do that first. I'll spend 2 servants, a builder, and 2 resources. don't really want to do that, but I also want to try to get that optional challenge, even if I succeed at this. I'd like to at least, you know, have a shot at getting that for next game or next fort to make it a little bit easier. So then I will go ahead and spend 2 builders out on the fort. And that one gets me a bit of discipline, along with filling in a cohort. I will go ahead and fill in the left one. That gets me some more discipline. So I'm gonna spend one of my civilians over here to grab another builder. And then main reason I did that was to get me to level 5 over here, so then I can use the courthouse to gain a servant. I'm gonna go ahead and spend, yeah, these 3 soldiers out on the wall guard. Seems like it'll be a good idea. I'll get some more discipline, which of course gets me another builder. Like, I don't have enough of these builders. And then the last one, I can get a cohort to fill in. I can go with any of these. I'll go with the left. Yeah, I have a lot of builders that I don't know what I'm gonna do with, but I need to probably just build a large granary at this point. Probably. Okay, so first I'm going to, I'm gonna build the large granary. I will spend the, what's that, the builder, the servant, and the 2 resources. Build the large granary, actually get that renown. Boom, and that gets me another civilian. Okay, now I can use the courthouse because I'm level 5 on that track. I can swap out a builder to get 2 servants, and then I'm gonna go ahead and immediately spend those 2 servants up here on the mining and foresting. And that will get me another resource production and another resource, which I'll go ahead and immediately spend that resource over here in the baths. It's year 5, and I can cross off my disdain that I have so far, just in case at the end of this year I need to deal with that. I want to make sure the baths is ready to go, got that taken care of. I still have resources left to do stuff with. Got the granary already built. This is looking pretty good. So at this point, I think I'm gonna do something a little crazy here. Yeah, I'm gonna spend these 2 civilians to go down the priest track. That'll get me a bit of piety and a servant. And then I will spend, now that I'm level 7, a servant, a builder, and both of my resources to build the large gardens, which gets me some piety, which gets me a servant. And what else? I get a go up on the trader's track, which gets me a builder. I get to go up on the performer's track, which gets me a servant. What else? Priest track, I get to go up, which gets me some piety. Okay. I get to go up on this track. I could never pronounce that name. And that gets me a bit of discipline. And then this bottom track, what is this? The patricians? Probably butchered that name too, and that gets me a bit of renown. Wow, those large gardens, there's something. That's awesome, and I still have lots of builders and servants, which is nice. I'll spend both of these builders on the fort, and that will get me a civilian. Okay, I'll go ahead and spend these 3 servants up on the mining and foresting. Fill that, and that will get me a bit more resource production and another resource, which I'll go ahead and spend on my sippy, which will get me another cohort I can fill in. I will go for the center. I have 1 civilian left. Surprising amount I can do with it, because most of these tracks like this can get me a resource, which I could spend on the wall, or the sippy. This could get me a soldier, which could fill in that spot. That could get me a servant. That doesn't do too much. Renown doesn't do too much. So maybe one of these 2? Yeah, I'll spend the civilian down here to get me a resource, which I'll just fill in the wall a bit more. Since I do have a quest to complete wall sections, might as well do that, I think. And that is the end of year 5. There's going to be 8 picks attacking. So I have 4, 4, and 3 with 8 attacking. So let's see how this goes. We got center, left, right, left, left. Okay, that's the one I have 4, so there's still some hope. Right, okay, 2 left, left. It just can't be left again. It's center. Oh, man. That's nice. Okay. I'm super happy about that. I don't have to worry about any disdain going into this final year. I'll get 3 Valor, which gets me a soldier for next year, which will be handy. And we are on our way. Grab the final 2 neutral cards, which I have not even looked at. I don't really use the scouting formation that much, and the traded goods, yeah, I don't mess with also that much. See what the fate card is. Not bad, not bad. Then I will grab my last 2 cards over here. So I got completed citizen track or completed scout columns. I will definitely go citizen track since I'm close here. I'll probably finish that one. So that's already 2 down. And yeah, I'm not even gonna mess with scout columns. So that goes over there. That gives me an extra soldier. And then on my board, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 resources. So got my resources. I get a civilian because of my hotel. I get a builder because of my workshop. And then my small road lets me go up any track 1. I think I'll probably go up and get some Valor. Mainly because that'll get me a soldier, and I'm pretty close to completing my wall guard section with how many soldiers I have. So 2, 3, because I'll be like 1 away, and I could probably get a soldier from something else around here, whether it's sending a builder out on the training grounds or forum or grabbing one from over here. I'll probably go down this track some more, so like that's probably a thing. And I have a ton of resources, which is very handy, but I also need to keep in mind I have to build a large road, which at this point I'm still not to the infrastructure level yet, but I'm almost there. So that would be probably the first thing I'm gonna do is do that. So I will spend a builder on the fort. That'll bump me up to level 8, and then I will spend 2 servants. What else is it? A builder and 2 resources. And build that large road. I get some renown or valor. I'll take a bit of renown. I think I have plenty of valor at this point. I like don't even know where to begin. Because at this point I have the road built. I have no disdain, so I'm kind of free to do whatever. I'd like to go down this track a bit more so I can better utilize the courthouse, which I can. I'm already 6, so I can right off the bat at least use that and grab a servant. Yeah, there's no more gardens to build, which would be nice. The large precinct I probably won't build, but I might still try to get down to this track end just for that quest that I have. Because I'll probably be able to get. I'll probably be able to get down this track, and maybe this track. But I only have 2 civilians, but I could probably get a lot from this stuff with my resources, so who knows. So I think first I will go ahead and spend 3 soldiers out here on the wall guard. That'll get me a bit of discipline and a cohort, which I will just fill in this right one, so then they're all at 4 out of 6. Not bad. I will spend 2 resources on the wall just to get things rolling a bit. First one gets me a civilian. Second gets me a cohort, which I will go, let's see, what got hit? Not as much. Maybe the center. I'll start in the center, and then gets me some valor. So first I'll spend a civilian to go down the trader's track, which gets me some renown, which gets me a civilian. Circle of life. Actually, I guess I technically don't need to use to build this tract out anymore, at least for the courthouse, because I can already max utilize it, which I will go ahead and do. So I will spend that builder to get 2 servants, and what do I write there? Right there. And then I will spend a servant to get a builder back. Boom. So I'll spend a civilian to just finish out this trader's track and get me a resource. Like, if I wanted to, I could build that large precinct. And I'm kind of half tempted to, just because if I spend these 3 servants up here and that there, I'd be at max resource production, which is one of my cards. It's just 1 extra VP, but at the same time, like, that matters. But at the same time, like 1 VP there, also these each are 1. Like every time I go up one of these, that's 1 victory point. So whatever gets me up these is also super helpful, which I guess would mainly be like what, the theater? Should I go to the theater a bit, spend some of my resources at the theater? Because technically each of those get me a victory point. So I think I'm going to spend these 2 soldiers on the wall guard anyway, so I'll just go ahead and do that. Mainly because that'll get me some discipline, which gets me a builder. Okay, so I will spend this civilian to finish up the priest track there, and then I will spend this civilian to go down this track and get me a soldier, which I'll immediately spend on the wall guard to get that cohort. You can either go left or right. I'll go left this time because I went right last time. Gotta change it up a bit. I have a lot of servants. I've already used the courthouse this year. So I'll go ahead and spend I can't even grab it. I'll spend a builder and 2 resources to build the statue. And that'll get me 2 renown. Because I was like, in my head, that's like essentially 3 XP, because that helps with my landmark thing up there, which I'll come kind of close to completing, and then it also gets me 2 renown down there, which is something. So I'll spend these 2 resources on the wall, and that'll get me some renown and a civilian, which that renown will also get me a civilian. So got 2 civilians to work with. I'll probably spend them both, honestly, on this track to complete that up too. But I would need a 4th one to get more XP. I don't think that's going to happen, so it might not even be worth it. I think I see a plan. We'll see if this works. There's only one way to find out. I will spend those 3 servants to finish out the mining and foresting track. That'll get me the resource production, which doesn't matter because I'm not going to get the last one, but another resource that'll be nice, because I'm going to spend this builder to build out the fort a bit more, which will get me a civilian. Yeah, at this point, these 3 civilians will go down the patrician's track. 2 and 3. That'll get me a soldier along with 2 renown. And then I will spend this servant and this soldier on a form to get a civilian. And I will spend them on this bottom track to get a resource, which I'll spend here. And then I can spend this resource here. And that'll get me some renown, which gets me a civilian, and I can fill in another cohort. I'm gonna go for the center one, because then that'll give me some discipline, which I can put there. And then I can use my last civilian on this track to get me some more discipline, which is nice, because then that gets me some valor, and that valor gets me a soldier, which unfortunately I don't think there's too much I can do with that soldier. I think I will just put them on the fort, and it's not going to do anything, but it's pretty much all I can do at this point. It's the end of year 6. 10 picks are going to be attacking. All right, 10 picks. I have, what is this, 5, 6, and 4 for my cohorts. So I feel pretty good, actually. We'll see. We got center, left, right, center, left, right. Okay, this one is the only one that has 4, so I'm a little worried about the right side. Right. Okay, this is the last. I can't defend. I can't like get this what is it called? Disdain back. So if this is on the right, I'm screwed. At least for that optional challenge. Oh my gosh, it's center. I survived that last attack. Okay. Those all get put away. And I get 4 discipline or valor for that. So 1, 2 gets me some discipline. 3, 4. All right, I'm actually feeling relatively good after that. So let's add up the score. Get 15 for renown. I get, what is that, 7 for my piety. Valor, I get 19. And discipline, I get 18. Path cards, let's see how I did on my path cards. 12 points. And zero disdain. Let's bust out the calculator to see how this went down. Looking at these numbers, I have a better feeling about this one, but let's see. So 15 plus 7 plus 19 plus 18 plus 12. 71? I did it and got the optional challenge? Oh my god. Oh my god. I did it. Fort number 2. Done. Beat. Fini. I only have 14 more forts to go. Oh my god. I hope this is only fort number 2. I can't imagine what the rest of these are going to be like. Hopefully not this brutal. Hopefully it won't take me, what is this, my 4th attempt? This is my 4th attempt on each fort. But hey, 71, that's a win. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. I'll be back next week doing fort number 3 since I successfully beat this one. So subscribe if you want to catch that. And if you feel like watching one of my recent live streams, click up there in the corner.